Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Right? Is that what Miley says? Happy Monday, March 5th. March 5th. Can you believe it? 3 more weeks and 2018 first quarter is over. And, you know, sometimes we talk about goal setting. And, you know, some people set their goals daily, weekly, right, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. So, you know, it's just a matter of just time, 3 more weeks to reflect back on our first quarter. And, you know, with some of the things that are coming down the pike, so excited about my new Hilo LX Plus, all charged up. The connectivity is unbelievable, that's for sure. So there's my positive. Okay, great strides they took just on that part of it. So a lot of great things coming, guys. All right, so before we get started, I just want to promote tonight. Tonight, guys, please promote Miss Lisa Giammalva. We'll be doing the presentation, okay, at 6 o'clock Pacific time. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she a pretty girl? Okay. So, ladies, not that it's just for ladies by any stretch of the imagination, but I will tell you, market the heck out of this. Market the heck out of this. You know, someone like Lisa who's made millions of dollars in the industry, and I'll say it, one of the top MLM women, right, in the world over the last 25 years with consistency, and she'll be doing the presentation tonight. So let's all market the heck out of this, please. All right. Also, I'm going to do my training today. Resume slides. Hang on. Let's close out this. Okay. I think that's right. Yep. Good. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk a little bit today about obviously fear and doubt, because I really believe, you know, fear and doubt is really the killer in our business. And every day that's really what we battle because of our own maybe insecurities. Maybe it's how we were raised, whatever it came from. But I do want to kick off because I saw this. And, you know, Mr. Eric Worre is a very powerful speaker in MLM. But what I love about Eric is he's not just a speaker. He's experienced it. He's lived it. He's built organizations. And we're going to start off today's call with facing your fear.
Have you ever found yourself afraid to do something in network marketing? Maybe you're afraid to make phone calls. Maybe you're afraid to do a presentation. Maybe you're afraid to follow up. Maybe you're afraid to get people started. Maybe you're, whatever it is, you're afraid of something inside of this profession. I think all of us have found ourselves in that spot from time to time. Our insecurities pop up, our old programming pops up, and we find ourselves in a frozen spot. Because when people are faced with fear, it's flight, run away, or fight, go towards the problem. And what most people do, they either freeze, you know, like statues, and don't do anything, or they run away. That's what they do. Here's my word of encouragement for you today. To overcome your fear is much less activity than you think. Let's say you're afraid to make phone calls. If you decide to make 10 phone calls in the next hour, your fear will go down so much you can't even imagine. Just in 1 hour, it'll drop 80, 90%. You go, why was I afraid of that? That wasn't hard. Following up or getting people started or doing a presentation. Let's say you're just totally paralyzed, but you decide, you know what, I want a person with the marker makes the money. I want to get in front of people. I want to do the presentation. And you just decide to do 10 presentations in the next 2 weeks, even if it's one-on-one. And you go, not only 1, I'm not as afraid anymore. 2, I'm pretty good at this. 3, I've gotten a lot better just in 10 attempts. Not 1,000, just 10. My message for you today is you'd be shocked at how small the activity needs to be in order for you to get past your fear. You're afraid of anything in network marketing. Face it for a minute. Fight it for a minute. Decide to beat it into submission for a minute. That doesn't take that long. And pretty soon you'll put that fear in your rear view mirror. You won't be afraid of it anymore. Remember when you were a kid and you had to walk through a dark room, pitch dark room, and you're for sure the boogeyman was going to grab you halfway through the room, but you knew that the light switch was on the other side of the room. The only way to turn the light on was to get through that dark room and get to the other side. Remember? Remember that feeling, how scared it was? And if you tried to be really brave, you'd walk through and then flip the switch, but usually you'd walk and you'd start running because you wanted to get it over with as quickly as possible. And after you did that 10 times, 20 times, you realized there was nothing there. It was just darkness. You needed to turn the light on. And now as adults, we walk through, no problem, flip the light on, and we don't feel that fear anymore. It doesn't take over our emotions anymore. That one's in the rearview mirror. We might have other fears, but that insecurity is in our rearview mirror. You move forward. Take a little bit of action and watch your fear start to fade really fast. That's our show for today, ladies and gentlemen. My wish for all of you is that you decide to become a network marketing professional, that you decide to go pro, because it is a stone cold fact that we do have a better way. Now let's go tell the world, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
I love the ending. It's a stone cold fact that we have a better way. And I guess a big way of overcoming your fear is to believe that. Oh, hang on. Well, they get you, huh? It's a stone cold fact we have a better way. And, I guess a big part of fear and doubt, guys, comes from believing that we have a better way. But how is it you could take a person who hasn't gotten results yet and get them to believe, that we have a better way? And more importantly, be able to share this with other people, even though they haven't gotten the results, right? It's kind of the chicken and the egg thing, and a lot of us struggle with that. And I'm telling you, that's why we don't pick up the phone. That's why we're afraid of presentations. We're afraid of people saying to us, how's your business going? What have you accomplished? And this is where you got to stand firm. And we've talked about this many times, but if you believe in where you're going, you could simply share that, right? You could simply share, listen, I'm brand new, and this is what I plan on doing. Maybe your belief is in your goals, because there is an element to it when we say fake it till you make it. When I say that, you shouldn't have to fake your belief, because your belief got you to make a decision. You believed in something when you wrote that check, right? That check for whatever it was, 1 helo, a family pack, a professional pack, whatever it was. Your belief was big enough at that point. So what happens to our belief? Well, what I believe really happens to our belief, right, is fear and doubt kicks in. I understand it because, Eric Worre was talking about the boogeyman, right? I still haven't overcome the boogeyman. I'm still afraid of the dark, right? Think about it. He says when you were a little kid, when something scared me, I would hide my eyes. Like if I didn't see it, it couldn't get me. That was me. Well, this is how some of us run our multi-level marketing business. We feel that if we don't make the call and we hide from it, something else is going to magically happen. So we got to get past what we call fear. And everybody knows what fear is. Fear is very simple, guys. It's false evidence appearing real. Now, I know a lot of you have seen this training again, but hopefully you're at a different place. And not only do I want you to believe, or I want you to see if this applies to you, but also if you start to become a leader in network marketing, you know what you need to do? Identify other people that maybe this is affecting, so you can help them through the fire. That's what we do. You know what we do for 25 years? Help people through the fire. Help people through their fears and doubts. When you start to grow an organization, you got to manage your fear and doubts, and you got to manage your people's fears and doubts. And we do that all the time. That's a big part of our day, right? Is keeping the team calm. No matter if the company is going in an unbelievable direction, you still got people with fear and doubt. But normally, I love this, it is false evidence, because we manufacture what we believe people are going to say if we make that phone call. We predetermined. Well, see, I play the different side of it. If you predetermined that someone's going to maybe say no, then it should have no control over you if they do. So what? And this is where you just got to become, right, immune. You just got to come, you know what? It doesn't make a difference, because whether this person sees what I see, it's not going to stop my journey. Okay? But when you look at this, right, when you really look at it, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Okay, I think everybody knows Mr. Dale Carnegie. Okay, this is who Napoleon Hill wrote about in Think and Grow Rich. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Why? Because you're doing nothing. Okay, action brings confidence and courage, because you understand what's going to come your way. So what do we fear? Right? If you look at the answers to the test, right, like I always train on, the answers to the test, I know what most people fear. They fear poverty. They fear rejection. We fear failure. And we fear, this is a big one, that this might be one of the onions you unpeel. It may be 3 levels deep. We fear exposure. Right? We want to protect. Everything's great. Everything's fine. Don't look over here. Right? Let's not unpeel the onion. But see, this is what most people fear in their life. Okay, so if we know that, understand, doubt kills more dreams than failure. Fear is faith in reverse. Fear creates doubt. Replace your fears with faith and your doubts with determination. Okay, faith in what? Okay, here we go again. Faith in you've accepted the right opportunity, even though other opportunities are probably coming your way. How do you stay focused and not think the answer is somewhere else? You know how many times we're inundated with other things, but I've chosen this. Doesn't mean I don't have other things going on, but my business is World Global Network. If someone asks me what I do World Global Network. See, that's my faith. That's where I'm moving forward. So what you have to understand is belief is everything. Belief in your goals, not mine. And I love what Eric said. It's the little things. It's setting little goals and accomplishing it. I'm going to make 10 calls today. Okay. Is 10 calls going to get you wealthy? Not today, but overcoming that fear of the calls, right, in a 2 to 3 year period will get you wealthy. And you know what happens when you overcome your fears? I'll tell you, this is probably the most important lesson. Once you overcome a fear, as other people enter in your business and they have the same fears as you, you could walk them through the fire. That's when you arrived in network marketing. Oh, don't worry about that. Let me tell you a story, right, that how I overcame my fear. And now everybody believes when they come in, you go, it's not just me. Isn't that sometimes the biggest thing that we play with our head? It's just me. No one else goes through this. Are you kidding me? This is why I love This is why I love the personal development. So what you start to have to do now is just identify it. What are the causes of fear? Things we have learned, right? I'll touch on that. Our imagination, doubt, ignorance, poor self-esteem, poor self-image. These are the causes. This is where fear comes from. And if we never do anything about it, right, it just sits there. And all of a sudden, we have the badge of honor. I'm full of doubt. I'm full of I have a poor self-image instead of doing something about it. See, it's beyond the 3-minute video, guys. That's the allure. That sure, everybody can do this. Of course everybody can do this. We know that. You don't have to tell me. Everybody can send out a 3-minute video, but what stops people? Well, let's talk about just some of the things. Things we have learned. Okay, how did you become who you are? You ever thought about it? Have you ever made a decision and then stopped yourself and said, where did that come from? And you start to trace it back and you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm just like my mother. Oh my gosh, I sound like my dad. Because you only have certain role models and it comes from your past, right? How you were raised, your parents, your teachers, and how about just society in general? Think about this. We are a product of our environment. You ever hear that? We're the product of our environment. Okay, well, let's think about the environments we all grew up in. My environment never said, okay, become an entrepreneur, right, and have no safety net. My environment was what? Get a job. That was my environment. My environment didn't tell me to go to college. Not blaming that environment. It just was never instilled. But look at other people's environment. They wake up with the logo of the college they're going to go to as soon as they're born. Right? This is where you're going. And guess what? They go to college. Whatever that may be. But understand, we are exactly how we were raised. And so if that does not feed what we need to do here, we have to make those changes. That's the fear and doubt. See, we always stay in the comfortable. And we teach this a lot. The money's made in the uncomfortable. So let's just think about that for a second. Your past, right? Whatever it is you did before. Your parents. Okay, did they teach entrepreneurship? In most cases. Do teachers teach entrepreneurship? No. Does society? I won't even go down this road because it might be a little bit political. Okay, but there's two sides. There's red and blue, right? Okay, so all I would say is this. I believe we are responsible for what we do. We're responsible for the results we get. And if something's wrong, I got to take personal responsibility for that failure. That's all I believe. And that's an entrepreneur. Okay, now could certain things dictate why you get certain results? Sure. But you know what? Two choices. Always two choices. Quit or keep going. Every day it faces you, does it not? Every day you wake up, quit or keep going. And when you finally make the decision that I'm never going to quit and I'm going to do it till I do it, and that's the key, I'm going to do it till I do it, now it's just the journey. Our imagination, just remember, our minds cannot distinguish between what we imagine and what is real. We manufacture stuff. Right? It's one of the 4 agreements. Never make assumptions. But isn't that what we always do? We make assumptions. Okay, that person will do it. That person won't. How do you know? How do you know? This person is going to get involved and maybe have the same results I'm getting. Uh-oh. I can't possibly bring somebody into this business until everything is perfect. I can't do that. Woo-oo. Tell me some of you haven't thought that one. Come on. Try. I can't bring people in until the product's perfect. I can't bring people in until customer service is perfect. I can't bring people in until shipping is perfect. I can't bring people in until communications is perfect. Wow. Then when are we going to do it? Because nothing's ever going to be perfect. Ever. Ever. Here's how I do it. Okay, I know whoever makes a decision, I'm going to be there every step of the way. If they want support, the support will be there. I think that takes away all the fear and doubt. I got you. Don't worry about it, Darlene. I'm here for you. Don't worry. What's going on, girl? Well, Jeff, don't worry about that. Let's move forward. And now she has somebody to rely on. She has somebody she can go to. But she's got to want to do that. So that's how I get past that fear and doubt. Yeah, I understand. Could that be better? Yes. But you know what? Look how much money was made with all those things not being perfect. Because why? We walked by faith. We believe it's going to get better. See, if you don't believe it's going to get better, then what happens? Procrastination. And it freezes us. And let's face it, guys, a lot of people have been frozen. They're waiting for the magic answer. You know what? The magic answer has always lied within you. It's just that switch. Whatever. You'll always find an excuse not to do it. We're all really good at that. Okay? We could always find the excuse. You've got to find the excuse to do it. Okay? Ignorance. Erroneous thinking. Making generalizations, right? This is sort of like pre-qualifying. Invalid comparisons. Okay, that person's successful. Why? Well, because they brought over a team. I can never do what they do. Well, a lot of times that's just a poor source of information. I will tell you this. Okay, every day we wake up, if we have our goals set, remember, they're your goals. They're not mine. If Darlene decides to take and make a goal today of making sure she has one person on tonight's call, right? Let's just say that's the goal, which should be a goal for everybody. Always have a guest listening to the information. Okay, now she's got to reverse engineer that. If I want one guest on tonight's call, how many calls does she have to make sure she secures one guest? Okay, she's got to do that and she'll know her number. Now, what if her number was 10? Man, I made 10 calls, but you know what? Sue is going to be on that call tonight. Now, she wants 2 guests on the call tomorrow night. She'll probably say, well, I got to make 20 calls. See, it's just numbers. Oh, I got it. And then all of a sudden, she wants to get 3 or 4 guests. You got to reverse engineer what you want to have accomplished. And you got to set your goals. So that should be the goal for everybody. Think about, guys, think how much business we would do. Okay, if 85 people had a guest on the call tonight. Just think about that. All of us doing one. Okay, what would be our closure rate? Let's just say the closure rate was 30%. Well, that's 26 new people joining our team. Imagine, with everybody just getting one. That should be the goal for everybody. Whenever there's a presentation. Another cause of fear, doubt. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the thing you need to fight every day. The one thing you can always control is your attitude. Always. Always. I woke up today, right? And something right away, I saw a text, got me in a different mood. I had to put on one of my songs. I had to put on 24 Magic by Bruno Mars, right? That's just me. And immediately started to smile, started to dance, right? And now, you know what? That's not going to control me. Okay, I could choose, right, to live there. No, got to move forward. Nothing is going to ever determine and control me. See, maybe that's my competitive side. No one's going to control how I think and how I feel based on the results they may have had, based on their negative attitude. You got to always focus on a lot of people focus on the wrong outcome. Okay, this is why you got to set your goals. This is why you have to set short-term goals and long-term goals. Because when you have the little bumps in the road, those bumps in the road will stop the average person, paralyzes them. But if I'm focused in on my 5-year goal, and it's got to be big, 3 to 5 year goal, $1 million in the bank, through my network marketing business, I could see it. Now when I hit the bump in the road, right, I'm not focused on that outcome. Oh, another bump in the road towards my journey. See, and doubt comes from limiting your thoughts. This goes back to long-term goals. Okay, it could also play into short-term goals. Remember, Darlene, one guest tonight. Okay, that's it. But my long-term goal, right, is I know I have to have the structure to go presidential millionaire. And that's going to get me to my $1 million a year. But it starts with what? Developing a team developer. You see, short-term, long-term, these are the things that keep you focused in. And when you're focused in, doubt seems to go away. It's amazing how that works. With no goals, short-term or long-term, right now that phone looks like it's a monster. And here comes doubt. And so this is what you have to understand. Poor self-image. This is a big one. Struggle with this all the time, always. I was around these unbelievable, one of our biggest cross-section of distributors in our other company were physicians, neurosurgeons, cardiologists, right? And here I am, someone who didn't even go to college, barely made it through high school. I'm leading them. I had self-doubt. Sometimes we use race as a background, right? As a poor self-image, right? Our appearance, our age. I'm too old. I'm too young. Okay, what is perfect? Can someone give me the perfect scenario where everything is going to be perfect for that person? Is it because they went to school and got their MBA? Is that even the right word, MBA? And they were a certain color? And their background came from an entrepreneur person? You think those people are all successful? Who cares? See, this is where you got to work on yourself. And guys, when you start to set and achieve your goals, man, it's amazing. It's confidence comes. And now you start looking in the mirror going, winking at yourself. Man, I'm good. Whew. You know, it's not that 3-minute video. It's me. That's when you've arrived. There's nothing to do. I'm the one that did the presentation. I'm just really good. Now, all of a sudden you go, man, wherever I go, I could become successful. But in the beginning, a lot of people, this will haunt them. I will tell you, this has nothing to do with anything. Your race, your education. So Lisa walked outside, so now the dog's barking. All right. Okay. Personal consequences of fear. Clouds your thinking. Inhibits creativity. paralyzes growth, limits your opportunities, contributes to poor health. Lily, stop. At least Lily keeps barking. I know, honey. Thank you. All right. So these are the personal consequences of fear. And if we live here, it's really hard to move forward. It really is. And I've given you some practical steps on how to get past it. It's setting small, bite-sized goals and achieving them. Okay? And the hindrance to success, reactive lifestyle. Right? If there's a problem, right, I'm going to react to it. I don't react to problems. I'll address it, and I got to move past it. Because a lot of people live in that, and then they make phone calls about it. Did you hear this? Did you hear that? And they gossip downline. That, talk about a killer in your business. Okay? The problem I have, I go, okay, got it. Do this. Put it down. Put my song on. Let's go. Got to move past that. Okay? Life dictated by circumstances. Everything's a distraction for some people. The dog barked. Okay, oh my gosh, that diamond zone is ruined. It's being recorded. Lily's on diamond zone barking. Oh my gosh, I'm done today. That just ruined everything. What will people think if they listen to the recorded version and they hear the dog barking? You know what I want them to think? Well, this is real. That's what I want them to think. And I want people to think that about you. You're real. Be genuine. Tell people. Take away the objection. Darlene, listen, I'm so excited about World Global Network. Man, we're first to market wearable technology in the industry. And I want to send you this 3-minute video. I want to expose you because I know you keep your business options open. And when we get down the path and I'm intriguing her, Darlene, everything's not perfect, just so you know. Okay, and there lies the opportunity. See, just be transparent. And now I'll feel good bringing Darlene into the business. Because show me one business that people get involved with. Show me one, anybody, use your chat. I will listen. Any business that's perfect. Show me one business that does not experience problems. But over here, everything's a crisis. Well, where does the crisis come from? Our fears and doubts. We self-sabotage a lot of times. I know I did. Because if I have an excuse, it gives me a reason not to do anything. Right? Allows outside influences to control life. They're all around us, guys. Believe me. Especially today with social media, every damn person has an opinion. Everybody wants to write and they want to blog and they want to put their comments and their emojis, right? And we start reading that stuff, it'll paralyze you, right? You got to stay focused, tunnel vision. Man, it's amazing. See, we didn't have this 10 years ago, where everybody's a critic, everybody's a newscaster, everybody's on video now. Doesn't make a difference. Does this look like anybody you know over here? Weakened self-confidence? Okay, this is where you got to feel good, guys, every day. Got to find your groove, right? I see Mary's got her Diamond Zone sexy hat on. That might make her feel good. I don't care what she has to do to feel good. Makes no difference. Right? Dick right next to her, nodding. Okay, they're focused. Because if not, this will affect relationships. It hinders ability to reach full potential. Devastating to your self-worth. It makes you settle for less. Oh, this is so hard. you know what? That job I had isn't so bad. Even though they're going to cut my pay and not give me that raise, you know what? It's better than going through this stuff. Okay? But if you're constantly working on yourself, right? And you can put yourself around all the things we teach. Put yourself around the right environments, right? Hearing the right messages every day. And as you hear these messages, put them into action, takes away fear and doubt. Just listening to the messages and not putting it into action does not erase fear and doubt. It may for a second, but if you're setting your short-term goals, whatever it is that hinders you, what's the number one thing you fear the most? We're going to get to that in a second. What time is it? Okay, good. What's the number one thing that holds you back? Because this is how you conquer your fears, guys. Unless you acknowledge them, they have complete power over you. As soon as you acknowledge them, you don't have any, they have no control over you. But you got to be honest. What's your number one fear? Does anybody, should we have participation right here? Should I go back and be able to read it? Maybe something when you write it down, right? So let's write it down. What's your biggest fear? Be honest. Put it in your chat. I like to see some of them. I'll put mine. Okay, mine was my background. Mine was my communication. Mine was the right words, because I'm not that educated, right? All these big words scare the hell out of me. And I was afraid I would sound stupid in front of somebody who was educated. But you know how I overcame it? My passion and my belief overcame my lack of vocabulary. Because no matter what, they couldn't say I didn't believe. That was mine. People using these big words, I didn't understand what they were even saying. Sounds stupid, right? It's the fact. But I don't care anymore. I don't care. Why? Because no one can say Jeff doesn't believe. Doesn't matter. No one can say my heart isn't right. That's how I overcame my fear. But in the beginning, I was afraid to even speak in front of people. Because of the, you guys understand what I'm saying? Because of certain words I should have used, and I wasn't grammatically perfect. I'm the worst. But it doesn't matter. Does it matter? No. Who cares? That's my biggest fear. That was my biggest fear. Okay, but what are yours? You got to be honest with yourself. Okay? Put your fears in the correct perspective. Identify the source. Where did it come from? Where is that? See, I could go back to where that fear came from. Made fun of once. What did you say, Jeff? Okay, did you know what even that means? And it put me in, I forgot, it was somebody made fun of something I had said. And it just stayed with me. Can you guys relate to somebody making fun and you still remember that? And maybe it causes your fear, whatever that is. But see, if you acknowledge it and you go back to it and you identify the source, now you know what? I've just learned. Who cares? Smile my way through it. Right? Smile my way through it. Work my way through it. Doesn't make a difference because everybody has them. Look at what do we have up to now? What do I have? Let me see here. Okay, 27. Let's just see. I won't call you out on it. You guys could read them. Wow. See, people love to do this stuff. Faith until you make. Okay, yeah. There's a song. I'm brilliant, just so you guys all know. I'm brilliant, according to Jill. That's the best chat I've ever seen. Okay, not being good enough. Looking like a fool. Fear of rejection. I'm broke and don't feel confident selling the idea of rich. Wow, that's a real good one, Tina. Okay, how do you get past that, girl? You're not broke. You've accepted an opportunity to become financially independent. I'm going to make $1 million in 3 years. You could talk to anybody now. Okay, see, that's just belief. That's all that is. But I can't diminish it. That's a real fear for her. Rejection from friends. How do you get past that? They're going to reject you. Some of your friends are broke. They don't want to change. But you know what you learn from your broke friends? Okay, you're learning rejection. You're learning how to move through that, because they're going to be venomous. A lot of them will make fun of you, but not if you're focused in. Fear of not succeeding this time, because Dennis has probably been involved in 10. Okay, so how do you get past that? Be competitive. This is the one. I'm going to succeed. You see the games? Tell me people can't relate to these. Presentations. How do you get past that, Amy? Do them. Do a presentation. That's how you get past it. Will I be able to handle this mess I'm creating and clean it up after this as the mess is happening? That's a little bit too deep for me, Amy. We'll talk about that. I don't know what that one means. Doubt and being judged. Not succeeding. Have been rejected so many times, now fear of moving forward. Past failures. Influencing future. Fear of never being good enough. Wow. See, is this not amazing? See, we're just all grown-up kids. Now track where it came from, and then make it disappear. Track where it came from, then understand why you are where you are. If we could all see our own strengths as easy if we could all see our own strengths as easy as it is to see yours. Oh, that's a good one, Charlotte. You're right. It's so easy for us to identify everybody else's, right? But when we have to identify ours, it's hard, right? The mirror is hard. Ridicule, okay? From who? Mary and Dick? What do you mean ridicule? From your friends and family? From all the people? Yeah, okay. My fear is not being successful and getting you told, and the told you so I roll laughter by a close family. Yeah. Yeah, see, fear. Fear of what people think is really almost number one here. The way I talk. Brian, are you kidding me? Okay, look, I should be a great role model for you, the way you talk. Are you kidding? Not being smart. Not being smart. I am stupid and don't deserve to be happy. Oh boy. We're getting deep here, guys. I live in a rich retirement area and I'm starting over. I'm my worst enemy. Other people's prejudgment about MLM. Oh, other people. Other people. Are you sure it's not you, Jill? Fear of not being a good teacher so my success happens. Presenting in a professional way the industry of MLM. Well, we're gonna take care of that, Fran. Don't worry about that. I have been in several network marketing companies and not succeed. Okay, identify why. Identify why. Why? Wherever you go, whoever that is, there you are. If you bring the same work ethic and whatever you did in those other companies, over here, it's going to be the same results. You got to identify where it came from and how you got to where you are. First step. And then surround yourself with the personal development. Success. No self-confidence in success. Now, see, that's a big fear, guys. Fear. A lot of people go, what do you mean fear of success? It's a real one. Now, this is how you taking steps to conquer it. A lot of you are very honest. If you didn't participate, doesn't make a difference. Be honest with yourself. Put your fears in the right, correct perspective and identify the source. right? And now move past it. Don't let it live there. And the way you do that is like what Eric Worre said, John Maxwell said, take action. Take action. Proactive approach to decisions, the big picture. This is how you experience a sound mind, right? Long-term goals. Crystallize your thinking. Set your thinking according to your potential perspective. This is all goal setting. Challenge is change. Challenge is change. Make the necessary changes. This is where you break down, guys, a lot of times. This is where you break through that personal growth. This is where you break through your first obstacle. Remember I said, how many times have you cried? Okay, that's growth. One who has conquered doubt and fear has conquered failure. Wow. One who has conquered doubt and fear, I say fear and doubt, has conquered failure. Now, this is what's being taught from any successful person in anything. And then we take it as a sign, right, to stop or quit or quit or look for another opportunity because it's going to be easier there. If you haven't conquered your own fears, no matter where you go, there you are in the same opportunity. You just think it's going to be different. And for that small moment, you believe if I keep jumping, okay, I'm going to find the magic answer. No. The answer has always been within you. If you could put us anywhere, we're going to make money. We're going to make money. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the widget is. As long as it has to do with bringing people and getting people's belief, right, and walking people through their fears and doubts, we're going to be successful because we understand the business. But what does it start with? Us. Number one, work harder on yourself. But do the business while you work harder on yourself. Don't make it one or the other. I'm going to work on myself first. No, incorporate it. Incorporate it. This training, I've seen it 1,000 times. And every time I see it or I train on it, it meant the most to me. Because this is the business. The business of conquering our fears. And now, the 3-minute video, talking to people, that's just stuff. But we got to get past our stuff. And that's the toughest part. And like I said, you've heard the story over and over again. 2 years was the journey that I had to take. But was it worth it? Okay, so guys, appreciate you, as I always do. Love you, as I always do. This has been recorded with Lily barking in the background. So remember, guys, tonight, Lisa Giamalva, pack the house for her. Okay? See you guys tonight. Bye.